What makes a gun good? Is it range, being explosive, high damage, or fast fire rate? Well, today we're going to find out by going over the top 7 best guns overall in GTA Online. What I mean by overall is this. If I had to use one gun forever, it would be because these guns can be used in any situation. So let's start off with the first gun, the AP pistol. The AP pistol unlocks at rank 33 and only costs $5,000. So it could basically be bought by anybody, making it one of those guns that everybody just has. The reason I feel like this gun is genuinely good is because it could be used anywhere. So inside vehicles is basically what I meant. So it's perfect for shooting NPCs that are chasing you, unlike most of the other guns on this list. Also, it has a crazy fire rate, ranked 5th out of almost every gun in GTA Online, and it comes with an extended clip of 36 rounds, which means you can genuinely just spray and not think too much about aiming because this gun could just shred through enemies. So this gun is definitely worth buying considering the really low requirements for owning it, which might not be the case for the next weapon on the list, the Combat MG MKII. To unlock this gun, you first need to own the Combat MG MKI, which costs about $15,000 and unlocks at rank 80. Then you're going to have to convert it with a weapon workshop in certain service vehicles like the Mock Center or the Avenger. And you can also find it in some businesses like the Agency or the Bunker. And I'm pretty sure if you don't own anything, so let's say you're a completely new player, you can find a weapon workshop in the Freak Shop, which can be quite useful. So I was editing the video and I just realized that you're not subscribed. So press that huge white button under the video, leave a like, leave a nice comment, and enjoy watching the rest of the video. The main reason this gun is one of the best in the game is because of its insane 200 round extended magazine, meaning you could endlessly just mow down waves of enemies without having to reload this gun, which honestly to me doesn't feel natural. Like, not having to reload a gun feels so weird to me because I'm used to manually reloading once I've killed everybody I've seen. But with this gun, you definitely shouldn't be doing that because it takes ages to reload, which kind of makes sense because it's a huge box magazine. Also, if you're anything like me, you're gonna feel like this gun doesn't require too much skill. And if you do feel that way, then I have the perfect gun for you, the Heavy Sniper Mark II. This gun should be absolutely perfect for anybody who feels like they need a gun which is a bit more difficult to use, because the Heavy Sniper Mark II is one of those guns where you have to be really good with it, but if you are good with it, you're completely unstoppable. It's kind of similar to how the heavier revolver, the Perico pistol, and basically every other revolver in the game acts. But we're here to focus on the Heavy Sniper, which has the same issue as the Combat MG Mark II. So you have to buy the normal version for about $38,000, which unlocks at rank 90, then upgrade it on a weapon workshop for $165,000. But upgrading it is definitely super worth it, especially on a sniper, because you can add explosive rounds to it, which means you could snipe helicopters out of the sky in about 2 hits, which is a lot easier than trying to aim a rocket launcher at it. You could also get different types of scopes like night vision scopes and thermal scopes. And there are also a bunch of liveries and colors for those liveries that you can unlock through bunker research, which is another huge issue for these Mark II guns. Most of the modifications and stuff have to be unlocked through bunker research, which takes a very long time to do. But if that's all too much for you, if that's all a bit too complicated, then let me show you a much more simple gun, the Assault Shotgun. The Assault Shotgun costs about $10,000 and unlocks at rank 37. And I'm sure you're probably wondering how in the world a shotgun can be good overall. I mean, shotguns are supposed to be good at close range, right? Yeah, I'm not too sure what Rockstar was thinking with this one, but all shotguns are like this. They have crazy aim as long as you hit in the head. So you can kind of use the Assault Shotgun as an assault rifle and just snipe people at extremely long distances. Also, a quick tip for this gun, put a suppressor on it. It sounds so clean when you use the suppressor on this gun. Okay, before we get into our number 1 spot, let's go over a couple of honorable mentions. So guns that are really useful or really nice to have, but they aren't too good by themselves. The first one is the Up-n-Atomiser, which definitely couldn't be on the main list, purely because this gun isn't used for killing people, because it does this. So of course you would want another gun to actually kill people, but this gun is definitely worth buying, even though it costs just under $400,000. And the only way to get it is through the gun van, which changes location every day and changes its stock every single week. So you are going to have to be kind of on the ball to buy this one. The next honorable mention is a gun that I briefly mentioned before, the Heavy Revolver Mark II. Now this one is definitely one of the more accessible Mark II guns because the normal variant costs $5,000 and unlocks at rank 1. And considering the upgrade cost from Mark 1 to Mark II is only $99,000, the requirements aren't crazy compared to the other Mark II guns we've covered. And this gun is pretty good on its own, but can be taken to a whole new level once you add incendiary rounds, which get unlocked from bunker research. But once you have these on this gun, this revolver basically one-hits anything in the game, except for like juggernauts and stuff. But the reason for that is because the heavy revolver itself does so much damage, being like top 10 in the game, if you don't count like explosives and stuff. So imagine, this gun is top 10 in the entire game for damage, and the bullets make enemies like go on fire. So if the shot doesn't kill the enemy, the fire does the job for you. And honestly, this is amazing when it comes to looking cool, because using a revolver is so difficult. So when you're taking on waves of enemies with a revolver, it looks so cool. But in first place, we have a personal favorite, the Special Carbine Mark II. This is mainly my favorite because of how I customized it, but this is a good gun, ranked 11 for fire rate out of every single gun and ranked 4th out of every single rifle. And considering it unlocks at rank 1, it's much better than the other Mark II guns on the list because it only costs 15k, so basically anybody can get their hands on it. But if you're not convinced, or if you want to know more about weapons in GTA Online, check out this video on screen about the best loadout in GTA Online. I'll see you there.